Good day, everyone. I believe I am on to the year 7 students of Bst Academy, and I want to believe you are having a good stay at your different locations at home. As you can see, we want to treat basic technology, and our topic before us today is maintenance. So let us go. Definition of maintenance. What do you mean by the term maintenance? This is not the first time you be hearing the word maintenance, and I believe one or two of you should be able to say something about maintenance. Now, what is the definition of maintenance? Maintenance can be defined as an action taken on anything to keep it working or to restore it to a good working condition. So, when you carry out a deliberate action to make sure something works, or something continues to work, or something continues to function properly, what you are doing is what? Maintaining that particular thing. Of course, as students, what do we wear to school? We do not wear suits, we do not wear jackets. What we wear is our school uniform, and we know that at the end of the day, there are possibilities that our school uniforms get dirty. We need to maintain it. We need to make sure it is neat. How do we maintain it? By washing it. Yes or no? We also put on our school shoes. We maintain it by how? By polishing it, and so on and so forth. So maintenance can be defined as an action taken on anything to keep it working or to restore it to a working condition. So there are times that we might have some tools that they have already broken down, that they have already spoiled. So there is an action taken to repair or amend that equipment or that tool. That process or that action is called maintenance. Then we want to quickly examine the types of maintenance that we have. The types of maintenance. Basically, we have three types of maintenance. The first one we'll discuss is the preventive maintenance. The preventive maintenance. Now, preventive is coined from the word prevent. Prevent. What does it mean to prevent? Anybody? Yes. To prevent means to avoid. To what? To avoid. So, the maintenance that is carried out to avoid an equipment from breaking down or from shutting off is what? Preventive maintenance. The action that you carry out on an equipment before it breaks down. That is what? Preventive maintenance. Now, what are the examples that we can have? The example on the slide I have here is the application of grease on moving parts of a machine. Most of us, I believe, we have bicycles. And in your bicycles, you notice that there are some what? Metallic parts that move. Example is what? The tires and the what? The chain part. You know, a bicycle has a chain connecting the two tires together, and this chain move over another metal. You will notice that after a long time, there is need for you to apply grease. Grease means you are applying lubricant or you are applying oil. And why are we applying grease? So as to allow the chain or the moving part of a machine glide over another easily. If you do not apply grease, you notice that the machine finds it difficult to move. That is, the machine finds it hard to glide over one another. So we apply grease to what? To the moving part of a machine to avoid it from breaking down. You can also apply grease to avoid it from rusting. Now, that is preventive maintenance, an action taken on an equipment to prevent what? It from breaking down. Preventive maintenance. The second type of maintenance we want to look at is the predictive maintenance. Predictive maintenance. Predictive also is coined from the word predict. To predict means you are giving a guess. You are giving like a foresight. That is the meaning of what? Predict. So predictive maintenance is a type of maintenance carried out on an equipment when there is a breakdown signal. When there is a breakdown signal. What does this mean? This means that we have some equipment that once there is a glitch in the normal operating system, it gives you a what? A signal that, oh, there is something wrong somewhere in the system. A typical example of this is when we are in our car. Of course, if you are in the driver's seat of a car, facing you is what we call the dashboard of a car. And on the dashboard, you have different things looking at you. You have the speedometer, you have the trafficator, but there is one place I'm going to. That is what? The fuel tank. The fuel tank. The fuel tank. You notice that after you fuel your car, after you put in fuel, and you keep using the car without refueling, it will get to a stage whereby the fuel tank gives you a red indicator telling you that the fuel in your fuel tank is about to be exhausted. So that is an example of a what? Predictive signal. And how do you maintain your car from damaging or from making your engine knock? You have to what? Refuel it. You are doing this because the car has given you a breakdown signal. And that type of action that you take to prevent it because there is a breakdown signal is called the what? Predictive maintenance. Predictive maintenance. Another example of this, I will also talk about a car. I love cars. For example, when a car wants to stop, what do we make use of? We make use of our brake. If you are familiar with the car, for cars that have the 3-pedal system, the brake is always in between. The brake makes the car stop. You notice that after some time, after you've been using a car maybe for over some years, and you don't change the brake pad begins to give you a screeching sound. You'll be hearing that thing that is so annoying to your ears, a screeching sound. That is telling you that it is high time you changed your brake pads because it might lead to accident. That type of maintenance is also called a predictive maintenance. Predictive maintenance. While the last type of maintenance is the corrective maintenance. The last type of maintenance is the corrective maintenance. What does it mean to correct? Correct means something is already spoiled and you want to what? Return it back to its original shape or original size. So corrective maintenance is a type of maintenance that is carried out on an equipment that has already broken down. For corrective maintenance, the equipment has already broken down. So you are not trying to prevent, you are not trying to what? Predict. The equipment is already down. So the type of action that you carry out on this is what? A corrective maintenance. A corrective maintenance. And this is done on an equipment that has already broken down. This is usually expensive and what? Time consuming. For example, again, I will use the car. Or let me use the bicycle, since we can all relate to us having a what? Bicycle. Now you have a bicycle. Your bicycle has spoiled. The chain, maybe say it has broken. You cannot fix it again. What you need to do is to take it to what? A mechanical engineer that is going to fix it for you. A mechanical engineer fixes what? Parts of a machine. Now, of course, you know that you have to either replace the chain with a new one and possibly repair some other parts of the machine. This makes it what? Expensive. You have to buy the chain, then you have to what? You have to wait, and that is what? Time consuming. It might not be up to 1 hour, but that 1 hour you could be using it for something, and that has eaten out of your time. So let's quickly recap on the 3 types of maintenance. The first one is preventive maintenance. This is carried out on what? An equipment before it breaks down. Example of this is the oiling of metallic parts of a machine. So the second one is the predictive maintenance. Predictive maintenance is carried out when there is a breakdown signal or a breakdown indication. And I gave you an example of this when there is what? A red signal from a what? From a car. While the third example is the corrective maintenance. Corrective maintenance is done on an equipment or an item when the item or equipment has broken down already. So you have to fix it and restore it back to its original shape or size. Now, our last point for today is the importance of maintenance. And I have 3 points concerning this. The first point is that it makes the equipment function properly. When you carry out maintenance on an equipment, it makes it function properly. Example, I don't know if you have seen your daddy before. When he wakes up in the morning after morning devotion and all, he goes to his car, he opens the bonnet. The bonnet is the front of the car. He opens the bonnet, then he checks the what? He checks the oil gauge, checks the radiator, checks the water in the radiator, and so on and so forth. He is carrying out what? Maintenance on the car. He is carrying out, to be precise, a preventive maintenance. And why? So that the car can function properly, so that when he takes the car out, the car does not eventually break down. So one importance of maintenance is that it makes the equipment function properly. The second one is that it avoids preventable breakdown. If you don't maintain your equipment, there is a possibility that it will eventually break down. All machines have a lifespan, and once they exhaust their lifespan, they are going to what? Break down. But for some equipment can actually break down before exhaustion of what? Their lifespan. But you can prevent this by using what? By carrying out maintenance on these machines or equipment. While the third point for the importance of maintenance is that it prevents inconvenience of equipment failure. What are the inconveniences I'm talking about? You could spend more, time consuming. You could also do some dirty work. These are what? Some of the inconveniences of equipment failure. For you not to experience these inconveniences, you have to carry out maintenance. So a recap of the importance of maintenance. Number one, it makes the equipment function properly. It avoids preventable breakdown. Then it prevents inconvenience of equipment failure. So this is where I would like to end today's class. I hope you'll be able to pick something on maintenance. Please, as you stay safe out there, try to maintain the properties that you have. May God bless you. Thank you.